Hello everybody, welcome back. It's JudiciousSfire, and I am here with Dovekeeper. This miss does not miss, and she is not missing with a 16,300 accuracy. This accuracy has come as a result of the trait system. Earlier today, when I first logged in, I had a pack of accolade tomes from last week. And I applied those, and I got trade cards as well as a wonderful new Lazulix skin. This has the trade cards have been applied to Dovekeeper. I'll do a different video on that last skin. This is a Dove at skill 13. I have gone with the talent Vigorous Fury, and I took it to 10. And I did so with no regrets. She is attack only. I don't use her in any kind of defensive capability. She's a liability defensively. People will misuse her love doves, activate their skills all over your heroes. All of a sudden, all your heroes are gone. They did it all with one dove. So instead, I use her only for attack, unless my enemy is a computer-based enemy. That's why I had no issue with the Vigorous Fury. And there's a lot of attack talents to put on Dove. Dove with a very high crit level would go great with a brute force. Dove with a mixture of high crit and high crit damage would go very well with a brute force. I think Dove in certain stages of the game where maybe you want to do max damage against bases that have heroes that can actually sustain damage, then I think Unholy Pact is a great thing to do. I'm at a point, I don't know if it's good or bad. It's bad, okay? I'll be honest, it's bad. I'm at a point right now where, Tier 1 heroes are Dove and Zeph. Tier 2 is everybody else in the game. They go out with one shot. The only difficulty in this game, in any way, shape, or form, is simply Dovekeeper and Zeph. So I don't need extra damage. It wouldn't do anything. They would still take 36,000, 18, depending on how you have them set up. You're not going to provide a kill strike. But I will take the massive increase in critical likelihood. That's going to be great. That means that I am constantly and repeatedly and sustainedly doing damage. That's what you need to bring the health pool down on heroes that have a damage cap. Her health, in terms of her overall health pool, is increased by 170%. She can't die. She is not as immortal and invulnerable as Zephyrica in this particular way. No, but she does a heck of a lot more damage in terms of single acute striking power. So they they even out in that sense. So she's got a 90% boost to her crit as long as she has 45% of her health. No problem. And we'll pause and get to the insignia in a moment. Remember the number 45. I got her with Rudolph. She needs Rudolph. Many pets to run on Dove. But pet number one for my style of play has got to be Rudolph. You get a dispel of negative conditions. You get the heal, which is something that she lacks innately as a hero. Let's go to some stats. We're looking at about 57,000 base attack. We've got, that's about 1.2 million health. Of course, that gets boosted up by 170%. And here is her accuracy, 16,382. She does not miss. You will not see any misses triggering from Dove. She hits true and right and strong every time. That's also something you need if you're going to want to take out these Zephyricas and Dovekeepers. Everybody else, you whisper in their ear and they go to sleep. Okay, but not those two. The dodge is all innate dodge through the breakthrough and upgrading process. Her crit already at 1018. But to put brute force on her would be too few activations of brute force. It would be too haphazard. And although it would do great damage, I would much rather do consistent critical damage than every once in a while for a lot. Now, I'll take a little all the time rather than a lot once in a while. That's how it is in life, too. As far as crit damage, that's her basic crit damage. Let's go to crests. Okay, I'm running a stealth 9 when her health is below 30%. Okay, so she's getting the Vigorous Fury boost at 45% above. When she dips below 30, she's going to be activating stealth. The attack bonus will apply to Dove. The attack speed bonus will apply. And the elusivity of 4.5 out of 9 seconds, half the time. Okay, we deduct the length of the cooldown from the time that the talent insignia is activating or skill, and we come up with only 4.5 seconds. So 4.5, then a 4.5 second cooldown. She's doing great with this. Huge base damage attack, attack boost, 8339. Woo! Everything else is all maxed out. We look at her skin effects. Let's do both total. Okay, 1700 extra attack. Nice accuracy boost. Relatively decent crit boost. I mean, that's half of her crit ability right there. Naturally, without the Vigorous Fury being applied. That's really great just from her skin. And we back out. Okay, this is what we're going to do. A lot of ways to test her out. A lot of ways to run her. I figured I would get, I'd tickle two birds with one feather here. And I would test Dove with her 16,000 accuracy and her level 10 Vigorous Fury, and I would test her in Guild Wars. Guild Wars is a game mode where literally I could ask the cat to do it. Okay? I could turn to my feline friend and I could say, friend, I'd like you to equip Zephyrica or Dove or Ronin or heck even Paladin with a Doom Balloon, and then press play. Okay, and I'd come back a couple minutes later, all of a sudden I got 3 flames on every base. I refuse to leave Guild Wars to the cat. So what I'm going to do is hero damage only. That is what I'm targeting. I've never done a base damage, each and to your own. It's personal style, personal preference. I will only do hero damage. I will make that my goal. I will do no obvious base damage. There may come a time at the end of the battle where I have to do something before the clock runs out. That I cannot help. But the target will be heroes only. We are running a whole bunch of folks. We are running Zeph along with Dove. And we are running Walla, Ripper, Phobos, and Anubis in a holy support role. I will drop them if I need them, and I will drop them later in the battle away from the eye of the storm because they're not going to be able to survive that. I am using them to debuff. I am using them to buff. I'm using them to silence, to reduce healing, to heal us. A lot of different things come from these 4 heroes. But my 2 strikers are Dove and Zeph, and we're going to feature Dove today. Let's get down to business. Guild events. Guild Wars. You see here. Okay, we have 4 great guilds, 4 of the top guilds here on the iOS server. We have Imbalance, Acosta, 7 Seas, and Dark Knights. And I went through the task of scanning, so as not to bore you. The highest mites, and I believe the top 4 highest mites are coming from 7 Seas. 162, 154, 151, and 144. And I believe the 5th it would be the 4th highest mite, 3rd highest mite, but the 5th one we're going to hit is the 155. Okay, so I think I did that correctly. I believe I did. That's a 140, and my lowest would be a 144 here. Yeah, very good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go right into action. Let's target the highest mite first. Let's go for it. Okay. A lot of troops on base. It's an M-Cry's base, one of the highest mite players here on iOS. Always a tremendous base defense. And we have gotten to a point in Castle Clash where the cat and a Doom Balloon take care of any base. But that's no challenge, no dignity in that. And if I drop a flame, friend, who cares? It's a game, all right? I used to be uptight about Guild Wars. Why? In a month from now, I'm going to be using Paladin just for fun. Just for fun. I don't care about Guild Wars. Okay, here we go. Let's bring it down. We're bringing some strikes down. I have only Dove out there. And look at her. There are auto-proc heroes on base. She's face-to-face with a Dove Keeper. She's not even losing life. She'll lose a trickle of life and boom, back up. I did not mention that my enchantment is a Forest Ward. And a Forest Ward for the following reasons. I use Dove as my point person. And as point person, she is the one who absorbs all the stuns and paralysis and coma and fear and silence and all this stuff. When she's wrapped up in a Cosmoproc, Healing Ritual isn't doing anything. It's giving you the health boost, but she's getting 170 from Vigorous Fury. There's Invulnerable, and then there's, Invulnerable +1? No. So the Forest Ward is giving me a dispel of all conditions, all. And in addition, a huge heal. It's like a 70% heal. You see her health drop, boom, it goes right back up. She can be totally paralyzed. Wouldn't make a difference. We're not taking out heroes. I think we have to start taking out troops. I think we got to take out a couple troops. I think we need to clear the board a little bit before we really... Dove isn't hitting troops, but I think we need to lower the number of total enemies out there on the board and speed things up. We're going to do Zeph and Dove. Dove first, though. She's my point person. She's the one going to absorb all the trouble. I don't want Zeph doing that. Okay, Zeph does not have that in him. He's not the one that you want to throw in the center of a Cosmoproc and then lead with your Dove Keeper. Okay, so let's see how we do. 3 out of 6 of these heroes can get taken out in one hit. Now, one hit meaning I've hit them 10 times, and the 11th time, they're dead. Okay, I don't know if that's called a one shot. It's like an 11 shot. So 10, they don't do anything, and 1, then they're dead. Walla's gone. We've got Anubis and our buddy Ripper. One of these will... Oh, Walla was hiding behind Ripper. Walla's back. Walla's never left. Let's use our buffers and debuffers. Let's see what happens. Yep. Let me give Dove another couple strikes. Now she's hitting love doves. Okay, let's do it. Let's bring Walla. No, let's bring Anubis first, followed up by the rest of the gang. Right up against those love doves. Okay, Ripper and Walla are out. We're still stacking on a Dove Keeper. We are down to just Dove, Lava, and Zeph. Lava's out. Only Dove and Zeph remain. And you see why I'm not choosing something like Unholy Pact, or even Brute Force for that matter. It's 36,000 against Zeph, no matter how you slice it. That's never going to change. We killed Dove. And just as we're coming up on Zeph, we got 100%. Okay, great. That's as close as it's going to get. All right, 5 out of 6 heroes we got. Let's move on to the next one. Yeah, I'm going to revive. I lost Ripper. Wouldn't be a battle if you didn't lose Ripper. Okay, we've got the new Laz skin. Oh, it's Marty's base. Marty Proceeds, one of the best players on the iOS. And he's got the new Laz skin. Well, that's a thing of beauty. That is a thing of beauty. And he's got all these nasty heroes. Okay, it's all trouble. It's all trouble. Man, I must commend you, my man. I must commend you on your hero placement. If I go, I'll tack in a minute. Up top, if I want to take care of that silencer Phobos, I got to go face to face with Zeph. If I want to, stack on a hero from the left, it's going to be Rosaline, who's doing health-based damage, my heroes get all chopped up. If I want to go down at the bottom, stack on any of these heroes, it's going to be Laz, who's going to be freezing me up the whole time. I won't be able to get the stack or the rhythm going. Same thing with Lava. He's going to be paralyzing. Shoot and shine all up. Okay, well, let's go back in and let's do it. Oh, which side? It's the lesser of four evils. I'm going to go Zeph side and see what happens. Because Zeph is the most invulnerable. So with Zeph being my target, he isn't going to die. Which means that I'm going to be able to stack and stack and stack for the full 3 minutes. At least he gives me that opportunity. And now I'm going to bring the other Zeph. And let's just see what happens. My Zeph has all five accuracy traits all the way across the board for 16,000 accuracy. My Dove has 16,000 accuracy. What are we not seeing? We're not seeing, oh, I saw a miss. Somebody got like probably 14,000 dodge. Okay, that's how you miss. If you got like a 14,000 dodge, be honest, Marty. You got 14,000 dodge on one of these heroes. It's the only way. It's the only way I'm missing with these two heroes. Let's see here. Let's bring in my buffers and debuffers and see what they do. We have Zeph in front of us. He went into stealth. Okay. We got everybody on the base. We got them all except for Zeph up in the top. And Zeph never gonna die. Okay, 5 out of 6. I consider that fine. That's plenty. That is plenty. Let's see here. Let's go to 1, 2, 3. 1, 5, 1. All right, let's do it. All right, Paul's base. Another one of the top players here on iOS. Top base defenders. Top hero pickers. This is another brutal base. What? I'm going to get all... You're going to debuff me. You're going to silence me. You're going to reduce my healing. You're going to paralyze me. You're going to true damage auto proc me. But there is a Dove Keeper right there. I'll take that. That's plenty for me. Give me one Dove to stack on. At least give me that, I ask. Okay. Let's see what we do. You can see the tremendous amount of damage that Dove and Zeph are taking right now. Their health is shooting back up. When it shoots up real quick, it's the Forest Ward. When it moves up incrementally, it's a result of Zeph's healing process. That shoots up over a period of a couple seconds. When you see his health just jack up, that's Forest Ward. It also removes those conditions. What do we got to do? All right, let's bring in the buffers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ripper died right away. But that's okay. None of this has anything to do with these four supporters. The four supporters I'm using in order to get the advantage against the heroes. Okay? And one hero would be able to knock out today's buildings. But it's neat to be able to target heroes. And that does require a buffing and debuffing team. Okay, we've got Anubis, Dove, Zeph, Phobos versus it's going to be Lava and probably Dove and Zeph. I don't know if this Dove and Zeph has stealth on them. I don't know that. But they seem to be pretty invulnerable. And it's a real brick wall in front of me right now. You see some base damage being done. This is a lesson hard learned during the last season of Blitz Gauntlet. I would get so locked up on these invulnerable doves and these invulnerable Zephyricas that it would just time out. So what I found is to put Hair Force 1 on your hero is a really great thing. Instead of the tremendous damage that Doom Balloon does, where you're over 50% within the first couple of seconds. Instead, Air Force 1 is able to do just a small amount of base damage every once in a while. And it makes a big difference. We might drop below 100%. Let's do it. Let's drop below 100%. Fantastic. Close enough. All right, let's do it. 144. What we got left? We got Ripper. It's Thundermite's base. I've faced this Creation 01 before. I have faced this Creation 01 before, and I tell you, he's gonna tear my shorts up. Yeah, Thundermite's got some nasty heroes, okay? One of the top DPS players here on iOS. He got some nasty heroes. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's just go right after the heroes. Nobody else. No base damage. No targeting anybody. No Doom Balloons. Hit them. Okay. We cleared all troops. That's important. We lost Dove as a result. I faced this creation before. As a result of Creation's brutal, repetitive screwdriver skill activations. It's tough. You know what? We might want to target Creation. And he stuck Creation right next to Zeph. Okay, man. Let's do it. Let's throw Dove out there. And then let's also throw Zeph. And let's drop our buffers and debuffers a little bit more quickly so they are a part of this action. You see how I do in this first wave? Okay, that looks good. That's what we want. Right there. Okay, we took out Creation. We took out a whole bunch of folks. We took out 1, 2. We just took out Creation. Who else? We took out another one. Took out another one. All right, let's see what we do. Sorry, it's the cat. It's Merlin. Merlin, get over here. We're doing Guild Wars. Come on, man. Merlin. Merlin, get over here. It's Guild Wars. Merlin, get over here. It's Guild Wars. Merlin, I'm taking on Thundermite's base. Come on, get over here, bro. Merlin, get over here, bro. Merlin, get over here, bro. Come on. Yeah, right here, man. So we continue to fight this base. Come on, Merlin. Come on, come on. Everybody, I see you on the YouTube. Come on, bro. All right, let's do this. Oh, look at this man. Look at this man. Oh, my gosh. Merlin, say hello to everybody. Merlin, say hi. This is Merlin. He's a Cornish Rex. And if he looks a little bit strange, it's because the Cornish Rex has a waved fur that's like suede. And they have a bit of, when the braid first came, I think it was from Cornwall, England, in order to increase their health and stamina during the multi-decade breeding process, they infused a little bit of Siamese into them. And that is why the sound. And that is, if you have a Siamese, you know exactly what it is. In fact, it would be twice as much than what Merlin does. And he loves to sit on your lap. He's crying out saying, "Where's bro?" All right, we got one more to go. Oh my goodness. All right, roamers. It's a beautiful looking base. What a very expansive. It's going to be... All right, let's see what we went through. Well, we definitely have trouble up north. We got a dove down south. I'll take the dove. I'll go toe-to-toe against the dove. So anyway, like on Thundermite's base, I was simply locked up against invulnerable heroes. Those that remained, they can't be killed. Not in an allotment of 3 minutes. So Air Force One does a real nice job of not pushing you over 50% immediately, as a doom balloon would do. It is a much slower process, allowing you, well over 2, closer to 3 minutes to, do enough base damage that you at least are able to get the points. All right, what we got? All 36s. I want to see what kind of a strike dove is capable of on a non-damage kept hero. Though Cultist is going to be probably nullifying a lot of that damage through damage reduction. See how well Phobos is hanging out in this Guild Wars. Phobos, one of my favorite heroes, one of the best heroes that they've released in a long time. Does a great job silencing. Does a great job in terms of damage. He does massive damage. He's very much like a cousin to Ripper. A bit like how Tree and Serena are, cousins in the way that they apply their skill and the advantages that skill provides. Okay, so we would just be locked up here and stuck at 80%, but at least with Air Force One, we get a little bit of base damage. What do we got? Look at this. Bro. He just wants to curl up into a little ball. All right. We got 40 seconds left. And 9% base damage. Nothing's a given. The base 3 showed us that. I'm not using troops of any kind because I don't allow myself to use troops. Okay, I don't do that either. It's just the way I am. Now only 15 seconds left. And you know what? This was a successful Guild Wars. I was uptight for the longest time about Guild Wars. Who cares? Do I need 2,500 fame so badly? I don't. I'm going to keep doing hero damage. Even if it doesn't result in 3 flames. Let's do it. I still got almost 16,000 points. 15,945. Plenty for me. And with the bases that I was taking on and the competitors that I was facing in 7 Seas and Dark Knights, I think that's pretty good. And it's a liberating process, a liberating feeling doing hero damage only. Okay, so let's take a little bit closer look at our friends here. We got the Zeph with the Stealth, the Air Force One, the Vigorous Fury 9, a 7 Forest Ward. We've got Anubis, run defensively. Got a healing pet on him. I'm using him just to reduce the attack ability of the enemy. Got Walla Walla. He's got, again, another defensive build, just like Anubis. Mini Angie. I'm using him for buffing. And really that will be his fellow pals here that I drop later. He can also buff Dove. He cannot buff Zephyrica beyond simply his whirlwind damage. I'm also using him to reduce the healing of the enemy. Against invulnerable enemies, that's not going to do too much, but 4 out of 6 on every base, yes. And I'm using him to do damage on his own. He is a pretty good damage dealer on his own. And we've got Ripper. Ripper is probably why Ripper was dying. I've got him with an Empower. The reason is the other talent, which used to be Survival, I switched to Sunder because I'm trying him out in an experimental game mode right now. Okay, I should have had the Survival, but I went over it with the Sunder. Eulifant for the extra dodge. Ripper's silencing, reducing healing. Phobos silencing, doing damage, all that stuff. I think he's removing buffs or RD buffs, and I have to look at it more specifically. Again, Survival, Sacred Light, just keep him alive. And we've got, what's his name? Drogopet. Drogopet for the deflect of damage. And that deflect is going to be invaluable in keeping him alive. And that's probably why he lasted nearly as long as the damage-capped heroes. And back to Dove with the 10 Vigorous Fury. And I think it was the right choice. The Rudolph Pet for the dispelling of a negative condition and the health, as well as a Survival for, basic invulnerability. That's kind of really what it is for. So a 16,000 accuracy Dovekeeper. I think she only missed once or twice in this entire engagement. And that was like I don't know what that was, 13,000 dodge. Probably somebody's dodging them out. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks everybody on the iOS server for putting together such a great guild network. I'd love to see some unique rewards being offered for those who engage in guild life that cannot be earned in another game event and cannot be won in the bazaar. Instead, you need to engage in guild events, and you need that in order to upgrade your heroes. So make it something important, IGG, and make it something that is, part of this game and that encourages guild life and guild participation. It's the guilds that keep this game running. Okay, it's not the company; it's the guilds. Thanks, everybody. I'll check you on the next one. All right, bye-bye.